Well, hello and good morning. Hopefully, I have decent internet right now. Take a last swig of my coffee here. We're sitting here waiting to get loaded for our backhaul back to Minnesota. Um, pretty early, pretty early. It's 6:30 here out on the East Coast right now. Um, that's always loud. Every time I listen to the playback, every time I open up my little console thing to grab my tobacco, the sound that makes is pretty loud. But yeah, we're getting ready to get loaded with our backhaul. I'm going to be doing a multi-stop, leaving the East Coast, going back to the Midwest. Actually, it brings me right back to Minnesota, not far away from where I live, which is nice. I haul a lot of freight for this customer. Um, so it's something I'm very familiar with, something that's easy, but it is something that a lot of other people don't want to do. You know, the multi-stop game isn't for everybody, and I get it. You know what I mean? Sometimes the hours, because you have so many stops on your truck, the hours for your appointments, for your deliveries are really strange. Uh, it's hard to like have a decent sleep schedule when you're running multi-stop loads. But I'll tell you what, multi-stop in this market is definitely a plus. It's a secret that, I mean, it's not a secret, like I'm sharing it, but it's something that I've found that really works for me. It allows me to have absolutely fantastic weeks when I see a lot of people struggling right now, or hear about a lot of people struggling, which sucks. I've been in trucking my entire adult life, um, and it's always provided. So I do have like empathy, I guess, when I see people that are struggling or upset about the current situation they're in. Um, then again, like they're my competition. Should I really have empathy for them? Because I do think it is kind of self-induced, and I don't mean to come across like a jerk for saying that, but I really do believe that a lot of the woes and a lot of problems that you know, truckers, if you're new to trucking or if you're new to being an owner operator, I think a lot of the problems you run into are a consequence of your decision making, or mind frame. Half of trucking is like your mind frame, your mental health, your overall health. Shannon's in here right now. Shannon Thomas Trucking. If you're still in here, like she's posted videos lately about her going out walking, getting some exercise, staying fit. If you do that, that not only helps your physical health, but your mental health as well. And I think a lot of I think a lot of the woes in trucking are self-induced. You're not willing to do what the next guy or girl doesn't want to do. You know what I mean? So you stay stuck in a rut. And you're the only one that can pull yourself out of that. There are issues in trucking, whether you're leased on or, whether you have your own authority, you're leased onto a carrier like me, or you're doing a lease purchase through some company. There's always highs and lows. To think you're not, you can have a brand new truck and run into all kinds of problems. That's trucking. Like, if you're out here thinking that's not going to happen, I'm here to tell you it's going to happen. And I'm not saying that meanly. Like, I've experienced that. I was running good for like 13 months, no problems, no issues at all. And then all of a sudden, in 2.5 months, I had to spend upwards of $30,000 to get stuff fixed. Like that's trucking. That's owning a business. I mean, businesses don't just generate money. A, they have to spend money to make money. B, they're always trying to find ways to cut costs, and sometimes they they run into predicaments that they're going to have to spend a whole lot of money to keep production going. That's every business, and to think that trucking isn't going to have the same problems, I think is like you're lying to yourself. That's what I think, and I know that comes across like cold hearted and you know maybe an a hole, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? And I'm getting really frustrated at the stuff I see and the stuff I hear on YouTube when there's some really good channels that are promoting exactly what I'm saying, like A, be good with your money, B, learn how to run your business in this market. That means maybe doing stuff you're not accustomed to doing. Now, you can call me a hypocrite because I'll sit here and tell you I'm not going to go to New York City. Like, I have no interest in going to New York City. Well, you know what? If the market called for me to go to New York City, I would get over my stigma of going into New York City. And I would get over it very quickly. Uh, it's early morning. I thought I'd go live because where I'm getting loaded is a cross dock facility. So there's going to be, well, right now there's 7, 8, 9. I bet there's like 15 trucks here. Um, and what they do is they unload everything that's coming in and then they separate the loads and then reload you. So I know I'm going to be here for a while today, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, I've done this load, or I've hauled a lot for this customer, so I'm very familiar with the procedure. Um, the thing was, I went to bed last night. I don't know, it was probably like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning to finish getting here. Because my plan is to try and get really tired so I can sleep a little bit this afternoon, um, and start my drive, this afternoon back to my first stops in Auburn, Indiana, and I have to be there tomorrow night. Um, I'm not that far away. I'm probably like 780, 790 miles away. I really haven't checked yet, but I figured I would sleep this afternoon after I get unloaded here and wait to get reloaded. But yeah, things are going great here. Funny thing is, I've heard from, so my oldest daughter went up to college a couple of weeks ago, and I've heard from her just about every day, and she seems to be having a blast. She's doing a bunch of fun things that college kids do, so I'm excited for her. Every time I talk to her, she's upbeat. She's not really homesick. I think part of that is she went to an in-state college. Uh, it is about 3 hours away from where we live, but my mom and dad, so her grandparents, only live about a half an hour away. So she's been hanging out with my grandparents once a week. Her and her roommates go over to either my parents' cabin or my parents' house, and they have like a dinner. You know what I mean? So Stuart's in the house. Good morning, Stuart. Steve Wildman's in the house. Good morning, Steve. Yeah, it's early morning. I've been up since 1 o'clock, but I wish I had another cup of coffee. That's something I need in my truck. I do not have a coffee maker. Now I do have this Folgers instant coffee crystals. Kind of makes me laugh every time I think of coffee crystals. You remember that SNL skit with Chris Farley? Oh, hold on 1 second. Sounds good. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. So I'm unloaded here. Um, so bear with me. We are gonna travel to the other side. Actually, I should probably end this live. I'm not gonna drive. It's something when I'm live on YouTube that would not go very well. I think the guy I'm leased on to wouldn't be very happy with. Weird. My truck didn't start right away. Hopefully, my injectors aren't going bad. Yeah, this ain't good. Oh, there. Fired right up. But yeah, I'm gonna end this live right now just because I'm not gonna drive or be live when I'm driving. I don't think that's a good idea. I'll be back later.